The next, we will do a hands-on lab on the Bedrock prompt management. This is the first of the 2 consecutive labs, and we will follow it with the Bedrock prompt flow lab. With the Bedrock prompt management, you can pull the prompt out of your code and manage them separately. And the versioning is also available, so you can switch between the version in the operation. So now let's walk through the hands-on lab in the actual console. In the Bedrock console, there is the prompt management page in the menu on your left. You can create and manage the prompts from here. However, the Bedrock console changes frequently, so I will do the actual work from the Cloud shell. Clicking on the Cloud shell icon and move to the Cloud shell, and we will work from here. First, I will set the model. I will set the Claude Haiku 4.5 and Nova Micro, the version 1, both of which are currently enabled and available in the Bedrock in my account. And for the region, now I'm working in the North Virginia, the US East one, so I will store the region name in the variable as well. And next, we will create the 3 prompts in prompt management. The first is the classification prompt. I will paste the prompt directory here. And this is a prompt. This prompt the customer inquiry and classify it as the technical or the general question. The prompt text says classify the following customer inquiry into the exactly on the following, and splitting into the technology category and the general category. And for the model ID, we are using the Nova Micro, and I will press the enter, and you can find the AWS Bedrock agent, the create prompt, and the prompt ID, issued like this. And if we now go back to the prompt management page and refresh the console, and then you can find the customer classifier here. Okay, they described ask the classifying the customer inquiry into the tech or general, and the user's message you specify the displayed here. And within the prompt management, you can also set the version. So we will create the version 1 later. And back in the Cloud shell, let's create the other prompt in the same way. The next one is the prompt for, I'll paste the prompt, and then this is the technical inquiry, and you are the technical support representative for our product, and this prompt handles the technical inquiry, and press the enter. And one more, I will copy and paste the prompt, and this is the customer support, the representative prompt, which handles the general inquiry such as the pricing, and I will press the enter here as well. And now if we go back to the prompt management page at this point, so you can see the 3 prompts, the classifier, the tech answer, general answer, that have been created. And now let's check that each prompt that actually works. The first, going back to the Cloud shell, I will get my own account ID into a variable, the AWS STS get caller identity, to get the account my ID. And also then build the ARN of the classifier identity with the Bedrock. Press enter. And with the prompt tied to the model ID, let's ask a real question and natural language questions like okay, I cannot log in and I want to reset my password. This is the technical question. Then I will specify the classifier ARN as the model ID and run it with the AWS, the Bedrock runtime, the Converse, and press enter. Okay, since this is the technical question, it comes back as the tag. So similarly, let's run the general question such as I will paste the command with the how much is the monthly fee on the same command, the Bedrock runtime Converse, and press the enter. Okay, and this time the general come back, so you can see the question are being classified correctly. Okay, next let's work with the version. Going back to the prompt management, the prompt we're working with so far is the default version. This is the draft, and the prompt in the draft state can be edited. By publishing the version from it, you create the immutable version, one that cannot be changed. So let's create for these three prompts. So backing to the Cloud shell, I will create the version 1 of the classifier with and paste the command. Okay, the AWS Bedrock agent create prompt version. Then press the enter. Okay, you can see that version 1 of the classifier has been created. And if we open the classifier in the console for the general, the classifier, okay, you can find the version 1 in the prompt version. So in the same way, okay, let's create a version for the general answer and the tech answer, the prompt as well. I will create them both at once. Paste the command. Okay, AWS Bedrock agent create prompt version for the technical answer, and the same command for the general. Enter. Okay, now each prompt has a two version, the draft and the version 1. So let's send the question to each version explicitly. The first three with AWS Bedrock runtime converse the command against the version 1 of the classifier. So I'm gonna paste the command Bedrock runtime converse, and you can find the classifier version 1. And the question is, I want to reset my password. And this is a general question. And the next one is the test for the draft version. Okay, the one is for the question for the version 1, and the second one is a question for the draft version. The same question, I want to reset my password. Okay, press enter. Okay, both the answer is general. They're asking that the draft the same way without specifying the version, return the same kind of answer. Since the version 1 is immutable, the next let's change the draft instead with the AWS Bedrock agent update prompt. I'm gonna paste the command AWS Bedrock agent update prompt. We will set the new prompt for the classifier. Previously, we've split the question into the technical and the general, and the new question is the split to them the three ways: the technical question, the billing question, and the general question. So, press the enter. So once the update is complete, and just to be sure, back to the console and click on the classifier, and then you can find the prompt we just updated. Since we update the draft now classifies into the three categories: the technical, the billing, and the general, while the version 1 is immutable, and then the still split into the two, the tech and the general, so the two versions coexisted. Okay, and back in the Cloud shell, let's question the draft and the version 1 separately. The first with for draft, the AWS Bedrock runtime converse for the draft version, and how much is the monthly fee. So clicking on the enter. Okay, and this is the pricing question. It come back as the billing. So on the other hand, if I ask the version 1, paste the command, this is the question for version 1, specifying the classifier ARN. So press enter. Okay, so it comes back the general. That's catch-all. Next, we will build a customer support flow using the Bedrock prompt flow. This is the second of the two consecutive hands-on lab and continue from the previous Bedrock prompt management lab. The Bedrock prompt flow is a feature that lets you combine the multiple model, prompts, and the conditional branches into the single workflow. We classify the prompt based on the context of the question, routing the technical question to an advanced model, and the general question to a general model. So now let's walk through this in the console. Back to the console, and these two has the flow page in the menu on your left of the console, but keep it set as we proceed. Again, the Bedrock console screen is frequently updated, so we will do the actual work mainly from the Cloud shell. So in the Cloud shell, first we will set up the IAM role, the prompt pro directory here. I will copy the script and set up the IAM console, paste the command. Next, once the IAM role is set up, next we will create the flow definition covering our three prompts. We define in the JSON, but it's a fairly long JSON, so I'll just paste here for now. This is a fairly long JSON, and show visually later. When you build the flow, you define the nodes and connections. The nodes representing the prompt and processing step, and the connections that link those nodes together. I will show this visually in a moment. For now, I will save this in a JSON. Press the enter. Okay. Next we create the flow with the paste command of the Bedrock agent create flow. I will create the flow with the description, the classify, route, the answer. Okay, press enter, and the flow ID come back like this. The flow has been created, and move to the console. Update my browser. So you can find a customer support flow has been created. And right after the creation, the status is now the not prepared, which means it is not yet ready to use. So the backend Cloud shell, I will run the AWS Bedrock agent, the prepare flow, to put the flow into the prepared state. And once it takes effect, going back to the flow page and refresh my browser, and you can find the status is prepared. So in this state, let's look at the content of the JSON we defined. The clicking into the flow, the builder, the edit in the flow builder. The prompt classifies the question into the tech or general, and each branch produces its output. It's a little hard to see, so I'll switch the new view from here. Like this, they classify the prompt split into the tech answer and the general answer. And after the question is classified, each side produces the output. You can also test the flow by entering the question on the right side here, but I will do the check from the Cloud shell instead. Sending the one general question and the technical question. So I will enter the Python command, the directory, and here, okay, the Python send two questions, a technical question, and the app crashes. So as soon as I launched, what could be the code, and the general question, what are the support center business hours? So press the enter. And after waiting the 10 seconds, both answers come back. The technical question was classified to the tech node, and the answer come back a little this. The general question was classified to the general node, answer come back like this as well. And finally, the other side node, the flows, they can also be version managed. For example, I will paste the directory with the Bedrock agent, the create flow version, and you can create the versions of the flow here too. And then similarly, you can set the aliases. Again, the pasting it with the Bedrock agent create flow alias. I will create the alias named Prodo, meaning the production environment, pointing to the version 1. I will press enter. And with the version and the alias set, just to confirm, going back to the console, okay, clicking on the alias, you can find the Prodo alias under the version 1 under the version tab. Okay, and finally, let's invoke the flow from the Cloud shell using the alias. Paste the Python command, the directory here, specifying the prod ID, alias ID. Press enter and run it. Okay, the answer is come back like this. So that concludes the prompt flow hands-on. Finally, as cleaning up, we will delete the resources we created in the session.